Hi there, and welcome back to Adventure Beyond 60. Well, we just finished up 3 days out in Anza-Borrego Desert State Park with our friends Dave and Donna, who we met up at Tuktoyaktuk on the Arctic Ocean a couple summers ago. And they are from the Midwest and came out to California and asked that we give them a tour around Anza-Borrego for a few days, and we were only more than happy to accommodate. We had a great time with them. So it is the end of January 2025, and while we were out here, the end of the great drought of 2024 going into 2025 happened, and we got plenty of rain this weekend and snow up here in the mountains. And we're up in the mountains right now, though we're still in the Desert State Park itself, but it is getting cold and chilly and windy, and there is rain all around us. So we'll make this video quick, but what I wanted to talk about is we just did some changes to the 4Runner, and I just wanted to step you through some of the changes we made. We're still doing the build out on the Land Cruiser at Rhino Adventure Gear, but I asked them to take a quick break from that to help out with a few things that really needed to get done on the 4Runner. First of all, the headlights, the OEM headlights on the 4Runner, the mounts for those headlights had broken quite, quite some time ago. And so the headlights were loose, and this front grille section was really loose, and you could hear us coming from a mile away everywhere, even driving through the neighborhood where our house is. And it was about time we took care of that, and really the only way to fix that problem was to replace the headlights. And as long as we were doing that, thought I'd add a little bling to the 4Runner. So instead of replacing it with OEM headlights, we put these Alpha Rex headlights on, and they're very nice. So we've got 4 LED lights coming across. We tested them out in the desert at night. The high beams work great. Plus we got a little extra color for the turning signals and things like that, just to make it a little blingy. And it was kind of fun to do, and they're pretty cool lights. We like them a lot. The next thing that we did, just a couple of months ago, I was up into the Los Padres National Forest north of Los Angeles, and I was coming off of Fraser Mountain in the dark. It's kind of a switchbacky shelf road, and the turns were tight, and I realized that even though I have this really good rigid amber bar light up here, and I have side lights coming off the side, I just couldn't see around the sharp switchback turn in the dark, and it was pitch black that night. There was no moon. And I needed to fix that problem because I couldn't tell if there was a gully or if there was a big boulder on the road or anything until it was too late. So I added these rigid gutter lights to the car and checked those, tested them out when we were out in the desert, and woo, they work great. So now I have this great amber color going from way off on the side, way off to the side, and complements the amber bar that we have here on the front. And it's definitely an upgrade that I needed to do a long time ago, and I'm really glad we took care of that. And then third and last, something else I've needed to do for quite a while. When we got the trailer, I had Icon's heavy-duty overlanding springs on the vehicle, and they were not strong enough to handle the tongue weight of the trailer, which is about 300 pounds. In addition to which, the Long Range America gas tank that we have in the rear, which adds another 25 gallons of fuel, and the steel bumper with the swing arms and the goose gear, it's a very heavy rear end. So I went last spring, I was at Overland Expo West, and I went over and talked to the good people at Icon, and they said I should talk to the good people at Dobinsons. So I went over to Dobinsons, and Dobinsons just said, go ahead and take weight readings on all 4 wheels, weigh out the tongue of the trailer, and send them the information, and they'll let us know what spring we should put on. So Rhino Adventure Gear did have scales we could use. So we go ahead and we got weights on all 4 wheels, weighed the tongue of the trailer. Dobinson said, you want these springs, and so we put them in. So we put those springs in along with the Dobinsons hydros, Hydroshock bumpers, bump stops that go inside the springs. And wow, the whole thing just works fantastic with the trailer on here. It feels like the car just drives normally from a suspension standpoint. Just the trailer, the spring constant feels good. Airbags are a kind of a band-aid in a way. They don't have the right feel like a spring does. And then in addition to which, airbags can be problematic. So we had the compressor break when we were up in Alaska 2 summers ago and had to have that replaced by Total Truck in Anchorage when we were there. And then I started getting a slow leak off of the right compressed air line. And so I had to air the airbags down to 5 pounds every night. And if I didn't do that, then the compressor would run during the night and it was draining my main battery on the car. And that was causing some other problems. Just the whole thing was problematic. And it was time to take the airbags out and put in springs. Without the trailer, the car's a little bit oversprung, so it's a little bit higher in the back. Doesn't bother me at all. The car still drives great. I'm very happy with the way it ended up. Even though the Land Cruiser is going to be the primary vehicle for pulling the trailer, I still like to have the 4Runner sprung and ready to go with the trailer as well. So that's about it. The rain's coming in. I'll tell you, it's really cold and windy out here right now. It's time to pack up. We're going to head home and sit around the fireplace and warm up. And we'll see you next time right here on Adventure Beyond 60.